Yeah, it's been a heck of a week. Um, Yesterday, I spent most of the day in an ibuprofen induced, I don't want to say coma, but delirium thanks to the barometric pressure spiking for the entire day. That was fun. So I don't really remember much of what happened yesterday. All right. Site. We'll do insult to injury first. And we gotta go very far south. Okay. Well, travel here. I'm also highly and I'm really excited for
So much for being careful.
Friday, being my 5-year Twitch anniversary and all. I'm hoping that I'll have some stuff for you guys. I don't know if it will be ready by then,
The Brave
by
Trail.
Friday.
Should be a cache of dream there.
So like I said, I don't want to say what they are, but um, although you guys might be able to figure it out. Because when I get excited about something, it's hard to shut up about it.
Just a few shards.
Ow. I saw that Starscream, and yes, I heard about that. Um, that's the one thing I do remember about yesterday. Certain VTubing agency imploding. Hello, Embers! Oh, you're in ads. Alright, well, when you're out of ads, I will say hi. Oh, no.
Might be a cache of dream willow along that Brave Trail.
Eh. Oh. Okay. Here you go. There we go. 18 more seconds, and then the ads will be gone. Alright, welcome back from ad jail.
Looks like someone swapped all the dream willow.
Starscream, I'm sorry, I can't control
There's no dream
when
willow in
they
these
do the
caches.
ads, they just do them.
Feel want to know.
Best I can do is turn them off for subs, which I have. We food. Someone's hungry. But yeah, welcome members. Yeah, Starscream, I had seen the thing you sent on Discord. And that I am that's the one thing I do remember from yesterday, from my migraine coma. Well, not necessarily coma, but you know. It's certain VTuber agency imploding because, you know, alleged fraud. To the tune of 500,000
I've already been to those
USD.
stashes. All I found was a few shards.
You're getting a Dragon Age
strange.
TTRPG game?
Would have
Nice!
taken the dream ruler. It's possible that Jun has gathered more. You could ask him if you're willing to make the journey.
Cool. Like, what time period is it set? Is it like in the during the Fifth Blight, more like a Dragon Age 2-ish time period, the Inquisition, whatever the hell Disney presents Dragon Age is supposed to be. It's based on that. Oh.
You say someone named Jun might have some dream lore?
Yes. He may be a recluse, but he helps the tribe by picking herbs and brewing medicines. The problem is that he lives west of Mother's Crown, and machines in that region are
Oh, okay, cool.
troublesome.
What sort of machines?
Scrappers. And sawtooths. It's quite dangerous.
Yeah, Sen got me the Mass Effect board game. We have yet to play it, because we just never found the time. But it looks real interesting. And replayable.
I'll be on my way.
Goodbye.
More village.
Ooh.
Up on the heights.
You're going to be streaming it. Interesting. So who's the Grey Warden, who's the Mage, and who's the Cosmic Plaything? Ah,
This must be where the war party got massacred. Such destruction.
not sure yet. Campfire. Where's the campfire? Oh, there it is. Okay. What's this? I don't remember that building. I was gonna shoot a rock. Well, that sounds fun. I don't really know if I can stream like a tabletop thing. I don't have any webcams. Also, I refuse to show my face. Oh, on Roll20, okay. I've never used that. Shit.
I can still get the upper hand.
Roll20 is great. Oh shit. Yeah, apologies to anybody hoping for a Raz face reveal. It's not happening. Best you're getting is that PNG tuber thing.
Being knocked down.
Did it? Okay, let me see. Graphics. Keep reminding yourself that HZD was originally designed for PS4, not PC, so when you try and max out the graphics, the game kind of does some weird things. Like stutters. Makes things go wavy.
I'm locked in.
Yeah, that's something that sets me apart from a lot of native PC gamers. I'm a console peasant, so in my eyes, 30 FPS is not bad. Hell, Ace Combat 6 runs on 30 FPS. Still looks great.
Anyone,
So,
please. Help.
I'm of the opinion that what makes a game good is not its graphics. It's its story and gameplay. Is it fun to play?
Is
Yes.
someone there?
Does it have a good story? Yes. Then who cares if it's 8-bit?
Please let me out. Oh, Mother be praised. I thought I'd never be freed.
What happened?
A gang of outcasts. They burst in, stole my dream willow, and left me to die.
Outcast, huh?
A gang of outcasts?
Yes, a gang. The door crashed open. I didn't stand a chance. They grabbed my dream willow and left me for dead.
I mean, I saw other doors. You could have gotten out that way. And don't you have a window?
Why would outcasts steal your dream willow?
Why? Because it's the most valuable herb I gather, of course. Miserable thieves.
They took nothing else?
No. Mark my words. They have struck a deal with outsiders. It's shards they're after, and they'll kill to get it.
So far, the only thing I've heard them do is take your dream willow. But they left you alive. And you're unscathed. Maybe a little shaken up. But you're not hurt. What's up, Ross? Welcome to Strem.
Which way did the outcasts go?
Up the mountain, I think. You might catch them if you hurry. Whatever you do, don't let their shabby looks fool you. They'll kill you as soon as look at you. Oh, I need to catch my breath.
Yeah, you could stop talking for a start.
Okay, so... You see that? That is an open window that a human could fit through. Meaning if you stacked up your furniture, you could probably make it out. So they didn't leave you for dead. You're perfectly fine. And the
outcast
door
seems
was
to have
literally barred
tracks.
by a stick.
My focus should pick them up.
You could gotten out, unbarred your house. Oh, there's another door. Completely unbarred. Yeah, you're making a mountain out of a molehill here. Granted, they stole your shit. I get that. But that doesn't make them killers, that makes them thieves. Trying to get through yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, search the area for tracks. I've done this mission so much that I just automatically go for it because I know where I'm going. But in the game, I don't know. I'm using meta knowledge. I'm metagaming. Oh no.
I could use my focus to look around.
But I did! Oh my god. I literally highlighted the tracks.
Well, someone left here recently, and they were in a hurry.
No. I'm not sure I like randomly generated maps and stuff.
Hurry! Help me up! Got it!
Outcasts that took the Dream Willow, and they're in trouble.
Alright, that should be enough.
You have our thanks, if the gratitude of outcasts means anything to you.
It does.
You not only save us, but speak to us.
The matriarchs cast me out at birth. The laws of the Nora don't mean much to me.
You're that girl whose mother never claimed her. But an outcast no longer.
No, a seeker, in fact. Looking for Dream Willow.
That could be a problem.
Why did you take the Dream Willow?
Because we have wounded. Why else would we take it? Something terrible
actually
has
makes
happened to the
sense.
tribe. The Braves offer no protection. The machines are angry, and bandits infest the sacred land and prey upon us. Why else would outcasts break custom and band together, but that we have no choice? Even so, we did not steal. We left shards in the stashes and tried to pay John. But of course he would not speak to us.
Yeah, that'll explain the shards, okay.
What crimes did you and the others commit?
I beat a man who stole my kill. It was my wrong. The others stole, broke custom, or trespassed among the bones of the metal world. No murderers here, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Jun said you roughed him up.
He was too busy cringing to know what happened. The man's a coward.
Yeah,
I
that
made sure
checks
not to
out.
hurt him. Not that he seemed to notice.
Well, I've got people actually need the Dream Willow. Not John. He can go kick rocks. But I've got warriors dying that need it so they won't die in pain.
There are others who need Dream Willow. You can't have all of it.
You asking or demanding?
Talking. One person to another.
I see. Perhaps we have more than we need. After everything that happened, we were afraid. We took all we could find.
Fair enough.
Here, I'll keep a portion, but the rest, may it find its way to those who need it.
I'll see that it does.
Thank you kindly.
In the meantime, stay safe. And stick together.
Well, I don't know about you, but those were, I mean, granted they stole, which, you know, you shouldn't do, but for thieves, they were downright friendly, even neighborly. It's almost like they tried to buy it, but because of the stupid shunning, they couldn't. But murderers? Yeah, no, they don't. They don't sound like murderers at all.
Here's the Dream Willow. Take it to Fia and Mother's Rise. There are wounded braves there who need it badly.
I will. But what became of the outcasts? Did those wretches pay for their crimes?
Sure.
Ganging up together, speaking to each other, and to us. I hope you showed them no mercy.
You don't know who I am, do you?
Should I?
I was raised as an outcast in the mountains above Mother's Heart.
The motherless girl. If I'd known, I never would have spoken to you.
It's funny how you hate outcasts so much, Jen. Living out here all alone, you're practically one yourself.
I happily keep my own company.
Good for you, since I don't exactly see anyone beating down the door to spend time with you. Except outcasts in need of Dream Willow, that is. I'm done here. Make sure that Fia gets that Dream Willow, or I'll be back.
Alright, so let's go ahead and head back down here to the massacre site. Yeah, basically the main thing is the Nora tribe, the tribe that we start out in. They, instead of, you know, imprisoning their criminals, they shun them and outcast them, or make them outcasts. Usually, only for a period of time. It's kind of like a timeout system. And how it's supposed to work is the smaller the crime, the less time you have to be an outcast. And as an outcast, you're supposed to essentially be quiet, kind of like an unofficial vow of silence. And think about what you did. Normally, the Braves are supposed to protect you, because you're still Nora, but you're not supposed to have any dealings with the tribe until your sentence is up. However, there are some devout Nora who kind of take it a bit too far. In the sense that they don't see outcasts as people who've committed a crime and are serving their time. They see them as unpersons. Especially Aloy. Why we were outcast was because, as was revealed in a couple episodes ago, we didn't exactly have a mother. We were found at the foot of a door in All Mother Mountain. And there's only two places we could come from. Behind the door, which they believe is All Mother, or the Metal Devil, which an ancient robot war machine, which has its clawed arm smashing through the roof of the cave. So either we came from that, or we came from the mountain itself. Tirsa, one of the matriarchs, says, from the mountain, from All Mother. Essentially, we're divine born. Lansra, the other matriarch, thinks we're from the Metal Devil, a literal demon. And Jezebel, at least I think that's her name, the one in the middle, doesn't really give a shit. So, to compromise, we were outcast at birth. And we only became officially a recognized part of the tribe after we won the proving, which immediately got attacked. So we're still not really well received. But I think the commentary on the Nora and their practice of shunning is that shunning especially if it's for a reason that the person has no control over, can actually do more harm than good. In fact, it generally leads to more harm than good. Feelings of resentment, of anger. In fact, later on in the game, we will come across a band of Nora outcasts who specifically, they're murderers, and their favorite prey, Nora Faithful. They created their own villain. Alright, data point. Harriet Choi dies. News item. Partial corruption. Naysay Doom Priestess Harriet Choi dies. Perth. September 2nd, 2063. I'm going to try and do an Australian accent because this is Perth. Infamous bioterrorist and Naysay Doom cult member Harriet Choi has died of lung cancer at the age of 54. Choi, whose religious beliefs prevented her from seeking treatment, has released a statement last year, reading in part, "I am dying, as always, and none are far behind me. I remain steadfast. Father Globe is in his death throes. He is ready to die, but you scorn Father Globe. Rather than help him slough off filth, you condescend, you insist you know what's best. Now you've had your claw back, and you think you will live forever. But the grave remains no less spacious than before." Choi was serving a life sentence at Punitex Inc.'s Alpha Campus for engineering the Doom Plague viral cocktail that scourged New York, London, Moscow, Tokyo and Shanghai in 2039. The decision to imprison Choi for life rather than execute her was met with widespread outrage. The information she provided in exchange for the sentence led to the arrest of 16 higher-ranking members of the terrorist cult, and ultimately Nisei Doom's collapse. Any Aussies in the chat, I apologize for my horrendous accent, but you know, he was from Australia. I think it actually slipped into Cockney every once in a while there. Well.
Lots of machines. All controlled by the killers. Maybe they sent a stampede of them down the slope. Lenore managed to take down a crafter. But not
Impressive,
before the
that
killers
fire.
used it to send the other machines against them.
What's up?
Brave, let us speak. The dead and wounded all cleared away. Are there no more Braves or healers here?
Just me. You're hurt. What happened?
I didn't. It's madness out there. War Chief Sona sent me back to report. I'm no good to her like this.
Varl told me that the war chief tracked the killers. Did she find them?
We followed their trail, but again and again they sent corrupted machines to attack us. My wounds started to slow me down, so the war chief sent me back to let others know she hasn't given up the fight.
She's gonna get herself killed. Especially without backup.
So, you were here when the war party was ambushed.
I was. I thought after the proving there could be no darker day, but I was wrong. The war chief was delayed gathering the rear guard. Eager for revenge, the Braves in the lead fell into the trap. Dozens lost in minutes. If Sona hadn't arrived and rallied us, no one would have survived.
Varl sent me to look for Sona. Do you know where she is now?
All I can tell you is where we parted. Near the metal tower, southeast of the ruins at Devil's Thirst. Look to the rise behind it with a lone boulder. I'll head for the embrace and report what I know to Varl and the others. May All Mother lend you strength. You'll need it, going alone.
You know, one thing I do like about this game is when it comes to its factions. Because a lot of games try and go for the every faction can be morally gray sort of thing. Like Dragon Age 2, where they completely screwed it up and made everyone an asshole. Here in Horizon Zero Dawn, they do a great job of making sure that in every major faction, the Nora, the Banuk, the Karja, the Oseram, that there, hell, even the Shadow Karja, there are both good people in there and bad people. Now, there are definitely some factions that are painted as good and bad, but no one faction is presented as a monolith, which is something I actually appreciate. Like, take, for example, the Nora. You'd think that because they're your faction, that they'd be presented as the good guys. And in fact, a lot of your allies will come from the Nora. And Aloy will always have a particular connection to the Nora, whether she wants to admit it or not. But that being said, we've already seen plenty of assholes in the Nora. And we will see more eventually. Yes, Horizon Zero Dawn takes place centuries after whatever caused the collapse of the old world, of our world.
That's a machine I can't override. Not until I've learned more.
Mad Max.
Nice. To a good heat.
Those scrappers. Those watchers. They're watchers. Okay. Yeah, another thing that I like about this game is that like when I first played this game, I was like, what the hell is with the machines? I mean, why are they here? Well, there's a very good reason why they're here. Everything between both the old world and the new world is kind of woven together. It's basically like it's contemporary game at the time that released along with it on a competing system was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Both of them were post-apocalyptic games. Open world, had a lot of crafting you had to do, had a lot of exploration, and had a major or two major plot lines, one that happened before the fall and one that happened after the fall. However, well, The Legend of Zelda got the accolades. I wholeheartedly believe that Horizon Zero Dawn is the better game. Anyway, First Amendment virtual. Editorial. Does the First Amendment apply to virtual spaces? Yes, it should. April 29th, 2063. Last week, in one of the biggest synchronized police actions in U.S. history, the homes of more than 700 private citizens were raided, and more than 500 arrests were made for the crime of, quote, inciting criminal behavior using private informational processes. So, however, I'm going to admit bias in this. I've played both. My bro Raz had Breath of the Wild for the Switch before we moved apart. But there's one point or one part of Breath of the Wild that absolutely kills the game for me. And that is weapon degradation. Some games do weapon degradation okay, like The Witcher, where the more damage a weapon takes, or more degraded it takes, the less damage it deals. Same with armor. The more degraded it gets, the less damage it can block. But it doesn't go away. If once it breaks, it's essentially half effective until you fix it. Play follows your response. However, Zelda, or Breath of the Wild, the only thing that will never completely degrade is the Master Sword. Everything else, once it breaks, it's gone. You cannot repair it. So, the key thing that made a Zelda game, the go to the temples, collect the unique items, use them to solve the temple and move forward, and increase your arsenal. Yeah, that's no longer a thing in Breath of the Wild. Can't ever get the Master Sword, literally level 1. If you have 13 hearts, pulling the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild requires you to have 13 heart containers. Otherwise, it will kill you. I will state that again. Link's destined sword, who literally, the spirit of the sword, literally is bonded to his soul for every incarnation ever since Skyward Sword, literally will kill him if he does not have 13 hearts. Whereas every other incarnation of Link merely needed to draw the sword and it was theirs. The only other one that had a hiccup was Ocarina of Time, but that's because when he pulled the sword, he was still a child and would not be able to wield a long sword appropriately. Therefore, the Master Sword locked him away for 7 years until he was big enough to be able to wield it properly. But in every other game, the Master Sword requires no other health component to wield. It won't literally fucking kill him. So between the weapon degradation and the fact that the Master Sword can kill you, despite the fact that it is your bonded weapon, it does not feel like a Zelda game to me. It feels more like I don't know. Hell, it feels more like Assassin's Creed than Zelda. But I cannot in good conscience call Breath of the Wild a good Zelda game because they took away what made Zelda feel like Zelda. Also, I always felt that the flashback or in the past story before Calamity happened was a lot more interesting, and I wanted to play that game. In Horizon, though, both plot lines are extremely intriguing and interesting. There is enough going on in the present day, societally speaking, that you can get invested in the world that Aloy's living in just as much as how we got there. There's no weapon degradation. Once you get a weapon, it's with you until you sell it. You have to craft your ammo, but who cares? Ganondorf wins is pretty much all of Zelda, but Breath of the Wild, at least for me, tried too hard to be Souls-like and Assassin's Creed like. And they didn't focus on retaining that Zelda identity. Which is why I believe that Horizon Zero Dawn should have won Game of the Year that year instead of Breath of the Wild. But anyway, First Amendment virtual. Does the First Amendment apply to virtual spaces? According to the Supreme Court, yes, it does. April 29th, 2063. Last week, in one of the biggest synchronized police actions in U.S. history, the homes of more than 700 private citizens were raided, and more than 500 arrests were made for the crime of, quote, inciting criminal behavior using private informational processes, end quote. If you've been paying attention over the past 9 years, you'll know how to parse the above legal word soup. Those raided are accused of participating in virtual anti-corporate sovereignty rally. This time at the HoloNet headquarters of Sterling Malekith. Watching 500 people, many of them bloodied and terrified, hauled from their homes by police SWAT bots is understandably and rightfully horrifying to a lot of people. But this is nothing new. As far back as 2054, when the first major arrest of virtual protesters occurred over the occupation of the Metallurgic International's Holographic Customer Service Center, pundits and courts have engaged in the debate over whether or not the internet constitutes a public space. In real life, I believe the Supreme Court's current ruling is that it does. The government is not allowed to infringe upon what is spoken online. That being said, the First Amendment only applies to government. Private entities are free to do what they want. And is therefore legally required to oblige peaceful assembly. Legislation simply hasn't kept up the advances of HoloNet, and that's no accident. It serves the interests of Sterling, Malekith, and Metallurgic and their corporate ilk to treat Holoscape not as a public space, but, in the words of Metallurgic-backed Senator Gerard O'Neill, an array of privately owned information space processes. The same O'Neill, data corrupted. But yeah, the Bill of Rights was deliberately written vague. It could apply to advancing technology. That's why law enforcement needs a warrant to unlock your phone. That is considered a private, or you have a reasonable expectation to data stored on private, like flash drives and other devices. Fourth Amendment applies. Despite the fact that none of those devices were around back then. Which, given my TISM brain, that's the one time that I will accept vague and unconvincing language. Because I believe legislation protecting people's freedoms and liberties should be vague so that it can be as broadly interpreted as possible. But then again, I'm kind of a libertarian, so take that as you will. Okay, so we're at the tall neck thing. think anybody's seen me now. Run. That's on the hill, okay. Okay, that's a torchlight, not a machine.
This must be the
light.
rise Sona's runner told me about.
It's like, is that a torch, or is that something I have to actually worry about attacking me?
Arrow shards. Braves were crafting ammunition here. They must have taken a moment to rest. Couldn't have been easy, going on after the ambush. That old bow has seen a lot of action. The war chief stopped here. No one would have left it willingly. Sona's taken losses. Dressings for wounds. The runner wasn't the only one who got hurt. Might be a blood trail I could follow. I should try my focus.
All right.
Tracks. Blood. Looks like Sona and her braves headed for that ridge.
Oh, lovely. Corrupted Watchers.
Boy, now what?
I watched them burn. You guys probably already know this, but I really like fire. Thank you, fire, for burning my enemies. In fact, I have an emote that celebrates fire. It's fun. Pyro is your most played class in Team Fortress 2. I think. Well, there's a reason why my first 5E campaign character was a pyromancer.
I did Sawtooth. Maybe Sona took it out. She could be close.
Oh. Oh! Another Sawtooth. Well, I think we found the war chief.
You're lucky I happened by. One heartbeat more, and that sawtooth would have torn you apart.
Half a heartbeat more and I would have killed it myself. So you're War Chief Sona? Varl asked me to find you.
Has he held the gate?
He has, bravely. I saw him kill a corrupted machine himself. But he worries for you.
Our tribe needs strength, not sentiment. I've tracked some of the killers who struck the Proving. I crave vengeance. Do
Yeah, we
you?
would have had it.
You have no idea.
Show me then. Lend me your strength. Follow.
Alright, so I'm going to just go with the original.
The killers are just across this ridge, digging the cursed earth.
Already it seems a lot
The sin
smoother
of
to
the
me.
ancients is buried in that soil. Corrupter demons.
I know of them. I killed one at Mother's Watch.
A bold claim. I wonder if you'll live up to it.
Yeah, I may have a little bit of a beef against geese. Fuckers know they're federally protected, so they just sit in the middle of the street.
Hours ago, I sent Braves into hiding in the trees below. On my signal, they'll attack. The enemy and their demonic machines outnumber us, but we will have fury on our side.
We could have more than that.
Explain.
That's Blaze. What we used to burn, they used to blast. It's how they dug out this pit.
So we put fire to it and then?
Kaboom!
Then let us begin.
Whoa, wait. Let's not rush. Give me some time to make an approach. If I end up alerting them, open fire.
All right. Let's see what you can do.
Okay. So. Tiny meat. Alright, let's go with our Silent Hunter. Alright, let's take a look. We've got that dude there. That dude there. Corrupted Watcher. Scrapper. Dude. There. Okay.
Haven't you got anything better to do?
Oh, I have no idea where that came from. So that's good. I jiggled my hand at the last minute.
This one's dead. Who's there?
Okay. Oh.
A gift from the shadows.
Kaboom! Ah! Stop moving! Alright. Alright. Ugh.
This wasn't all the killers. I counted more at the War Party massacre. If I have to chase their filthy shadows from here to Spear's Reach, I will.
You're hurt. Losing blood.
My health is not your concern.
No one
Actually,
doubts
it
your
is.
determination. But you need rest.
She's right, War Chief. Give your wounds time to close.
Val, what are you doing here? I ordered you to hold that gate with your life.
And so I did, until the runner you sent returned with news of his encounter with Aloy and your location. I left the gate well guarded. My place is here, with you, with our vengeance. Am I not owed that?
Maybe I should have a look around. See if I can figure
I'm just
out
gonna,
what the
you
rest
know.
of the killers are.
Do as you wish. Everyone else does.
Mother.
Oh, I'm just gonna, you know, make myself useful.
Commanders, over the past month, accidental blaze explosions have killed a dozen men. Here in the Ring of Metal, I've taken the precaution of placing our entire stockpile in a covered shelter, safe from stray sparks and lightning. And I've posted guards to control access. I urge you to take similar measures, or suffer the consequences. Supply Master Thrawn, out.
A blaze stockpile inside their base.
Well,
Sabotage that, and we win.
that sounds like a big, big boom. If you ask me.
I found something. The rest of the killers are camped inside a ring of metal. Any idea what that means?
Damn them. The Ring of Metal lies in the ruins of Devil's Grief. That ground is taboo. I will return to the matriarchs, beg them to make an exception.
There's no time for that.
Blood spilled calls for blood spilled. If the ground is cursed, then let our vengeance sanctify it.
You blaspheme!
Please, War Chief, break the taboo.
Devil's Grief is a cursed place. But maybe Aloy's secret blessing can protect us. I'll send scouts ahead. Our force will assemble at the cliff above Red Echoes.
That didn't take much
Launch our
convincing.
attack from there.
Sounds like a plan. See you there.
Yeah, one of the things that I absolutely do not understand about the Nora is their insistence on staying out of certain areas. More importantly, staying within sight of the peak of Allmother Mountain. If you go beyond that, you're, well, unpersoned. Only Seekers are allowed to do that because supposedly they're given extra blessing or protection or something. I can't exactly wrap my head around that concept, but
A quick way down.
I mean, I guess I could understand the concept of, hey, stick around where it's close to the sacred areas. You gotta protect that and stuff, but permanently exiling people who leave, especially if it wasn't their choice to, like if they were kidnapped by the Karja and the Red Raids, somehow survived, they would not be allowed back in because they've been forgotten by Allmother or something. That I don't really get. Alright, so we need to head up north. Okay, but first, we're gonna stop at the bandit camp so I can sell some of my stuff. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the
Red
hell?
light means trouble.
I don't know why the grazer's up there, but okay. Sally forth! Ride! I know, I stepped on the goose. Maybe you shouldn't have been on the fucking road. There's no federal government to protect you this time.
And there's the rain.
Let's see here. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna go. Oh, hello.
Wherever these machines.
There you go. Ow. Burn to death. Scrappers.
That's better.
There we go. Yeah, I hate geese. They I mean, I know why they originally and by geese I mean the Canada goose. Back in the day, they were endangered. And so the federal government made them a protected species, which meant that you weren't allowed to kill them, or else you'd get like major fines, possibly put into jail, you know, that sort of stuff. But the problem is that also around that time retention ponds were starting to be built in a lot of American corporate parks and buildings to help, you know, with water drainage and stuff. So there's now ponds everywhere in the cities. and there's no natural predators other than, cats. But most of the geese's natural predators aren't found in the city biome. So they got food, water, no natural predators, and humans can't do a damn thing about them because they're federally protected. And to make matters worse, climate or weather patterns, well, not as warm as they'd like when they go south. It's definitely not as cold as it is up north, and it stays the same relatively most of the year. So, what that means for a migratory bird is that they have a safe haven between their migratory places that has everything they could ever want and nothing that could ever hurt them. They figured that out, and the vast majority of Canadian goose populations in much of the United States, especially in the Midwest, are non-migratory. They are permanent residents. And we can't do a thing to thin the population of so that it's... I mean, they're basically vermin because the population has gone out of control. Around where I live, deer are also that, where the relative abundance of food, granted I live in this city, but it's not a very densely packed city, so, there's still greenery around. And lack of natural predators means that the deer population explodes. And so, once a year for about a month, the state not the state, but the county grants bow hunters a license to thin the herd, so to speak, so that the weak and the dying can be taken care of, and the rest of the population don't eat them or eat all the food, so they starve to death. But we can't do that for the geese. And they know that.
And
Gotcha.
Alright, I'll see you in a bit. To all Jesse fans. Okay, I want to get something off my chest right now, because this needs to be said. To all Jesse fans, and to the entire Romantic Fortunes fan community, Jessica Sterling should not win the Romantic Fortunes. This is so obvious to anyone who actually pays attention. I used to be like you guys. Last season I wanted Jessica to win. But as of episode 3, season 3, episode 1, she has gone too far. Were you people even watching when she rejected Lewis, the sweetest human being on the planet? He stood by her through everything. The Alaska acquisition, that time the Harrier bots malfunctioned mid-battle. The only reason Jessica has had any success is because Lewis had her back. He loves her, and she doesn't even care. That's why I'm throwing my support behind Vernon. I do not take this decision lightly. I was a Jesse fan for 2 whole seasons. Jessica is the whole reason I even care about the Sterling Malachite. But as a fan, I cannot continue to support someone so heartless. Luis, you can do better. I hope I got the Valley Girl sounding right. Alright. Machine. New machine. The Charger. Psi overrides unlocked. It is mountable. It's based off of what looks like a bighorn sheep or a ram. When a threat is detected, these herd machines will actively pursue and attack in numbers. So the body has no weaknesses and no strengths. They do have a blaze canister on their back, just like Striders do. In fact, pretty much the body is that of a Strider. The head, however, is different. It's also armed with big chainsaw horns. Destroying this component disables the charge attack. It's weak to tear. The blaze cannon is weak to fire and tear. We can get blaze, metal vessels, metal shards, sparkers, wires, charge or machine cores, charger lenses, charger heart.
Oh boy.
Alright. And we completed the corruption zone. Yay! That was easy.
Oh, nice.
Alright. Sterling Malachite Amphitheater.
Apaka Shitstorm Tour, Day 5. The Grey Swarms opened for Turtle Smash the night I OD'd here. Or so the police report said, anyway. I was 15 years old. When I woke in the hospital, 2 days later, your face was the first thing I saw.
I do like these little glimpses into the past. Actually, there was one down here that I think I forgot. was down here. Let's go grab it. It's probably on top of that rock there.
Perfect.
I think it's on top of this rock, actually. Maybe not. Maybe it is on top of this rock. Maybe it's on.
Ouch.
Oh, there it is.
A vantage. I wonder what it'll show.
Apocryphal Storm Tour, Day 2. My father guest lectured here. A
Here, I thought
300
this was
level
a
military
church.
history course.
Shows
on
what
the
I
age
know.
of human manpower. Might as well indeed teach you medieval siege tactics. I was 8 when he died.
I can get out of this.
Alright. Let's head back here. Alright. 1:33. Okay. Or 1 hour 33 minutes. Yeah, we should have enough time to. Cryptid sounds. All right. Let's go finish the Revenge of the Nora. Rest of the campfire.
Devil's Grief. Foreboding sight, huh?
Don't you ever wonder what it used to look like? Back when the old ones lived here.
You're not like other Nora.
That's what they tell me.
War Chief? Our scouts found enemy camps in the ruins, guarding the approach to the Ring of Metal.
Then we should hit those camps first. Make sure they stay quiet.
Agreed. Wipe out the camps, and our enemies in the Ring of Metal won't see us coming.
I'll take out the alarms.
We'll send Braves to each camp to lie in wait. Which you start, they'll help finish.
Okay. So, we've got 3 camps here on the approach to the Ring of Metal. Now, if you play this game, don't say anything. If you haven't, take a guess as to what the Ring of Metal used to be. We're going to put the Silent Hunter back on.
Might regret this.
Well, she is thinking of her men. It's like we're gonna break taboo, and if we get divine punishment, may she land her wrath solely on my head, not yours. That's a leader who takes responsibility for her charges. Also get the Rattler. It's a fairly decent close-in weapon. Alright, now we just gotta take them out. machines, one dude left.
Too close!
Oh, hello.
Again.
Then he exploded.
We did! For the secret lands!
What you did, what I did. Whatever. One down, two to go.
Easy, easy.
Ancient vessel. Cracked and battered vessel, once dear to the old ones. Bears the legend Miriam. Okay. Luna, here I come. Personal log, user 56579637. Looks like I'm heading to the moon. Met with Jerry today, and he told me some of our helium-3 mines are producing well below specs. Jornops has eyes on the ground up there, but even they can't say what's causing the problems. So the Corp is going to send up a team to investigate firsthand. Low-G training starts Monday. Luna, here I come. I do actually like, or prefer, I mean, I know they mean the same thing, but I prefer calling the moon Luna to the moon. Because, at least to my English brain, Luna sounds like a name. I know it's Latin for the moon, but still. This is true.
Good for an old remedy.
And Selena would be a great name for a daughter if I had one. I do name my female Umbreons Celine or Selena. The same thing's true with the sun. I kind of prefer to call it Sol. Even though, again, that's literally just the sun, but Latin. Just sounds better, I don't know. And Earth, I prefer to call Terra. Yeah, I know it's I know it's just another word for Earth, but I don't know, maybe it's because, you know, the whole Germanic romantic language fusion split that happened due to William the Conqueror. Ah, soft spot for sun gods, what are they called? Alright.
Is something out there?
No, nothing's out here. Just come and check. You'll be fine. Totally won't stab you. Okay, I lied.
Who's there?
Yeah, that's right. Come on, you're fine. That'll happen. To me.
Everyone's getting loud.
I know.
We're under attack! I'm looking right at her!
Oh no.
We're under attack!
Yeah, but no one's gonna notice. Because I stole the alarm. Sucker. Also, I'm not alone, and you know, it'd be nice for the Nora race to actually do something this fight.
At last! For the Nora! All mother be praised! One less thing to think about.
Did this one not have any corrupted machines? Huh. Ducky. Bam.
Good find.
Bet the usurpers in Meridian are feasting for a fat.
So I couldn't quite get that. Alright. Holy crap, I was about to they're like, oh no, do I need to stab? No, I did not. Alright, well.
I'm not here.
We got us a corpse over here.
You're gonna have another one. That's not what I wanted. Red Eye Watcher. Red Eye Watchers are improved versions of normal Watchers. Instead of these swarm tactics like the normal Watchers, but they're also capable of focused laser blasts rather than, you know, the traditional blam, blam, blam. Their body has no strengths or weaknesses. Their eye is weak to everything. You get metal shards, sparkers, wire, small core, watcher lens, watcher heart.
At last! Can do it.
All right. You're not Nora, you're Banuk. Okay. Well, happy hunting, I guess. This. There's the tallest tower. Guys figured out what the Ring of Metal is
The
yet?
camps have been dealt with. Now to the Ring of Metal. Its high walls protect the enemy. We'll have to scale the height. Under fire if we're detected.
I have another idea. Their base has a weakness. Send me in alone, and I'll exploit it. If I'm successful, I'll blow a hole in those walls big enough for the entire war party to charge through.
Sounds like a plan. So long as I get to come with you.
A war chief should be grateful for 2 arrows so eager to spring from the bow. Yes, Varl. Go with Aloy as her spearmate, but be vigilant.
Yes, War Chief. I will.
Go now. We wait on your signal.
First, there's a vantage point on the tower that we're gonna go grab. We just have to climb up. Oh, I really love the red light from the dawn. Really makes it hard to see the handholds of where I'm supposed to go. God, it's so fantastic. Sorry, was that too much sarcasm? Oh, thank God.
Every vantage a story.
Alright, so if you guys thought that the metal ring was a stadium, congratulations, you're right. Denver Stadium.
A pocket shitstorm tour, day 6.
So we're in Denver.
I was fresh out of rehab when we saw the Metallurgists play the Hearts Wayfarers. The Emmett jersey looked pretty funny. Hopefully you're sorry.
Yep. Denver Stadium. Right there. So we are definitely in Colorado. Oh God! Oh, that... By the way, that's not how you're supposed to get down. This is supposed to... how you're supposed to get down. Alright, well. On that note, is there a campfire? Yeah, I'll have to go to the campfire so we can save. Because it is about time to end the stream for today. But, I'll be all for this stream. In a couple hours, around 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time, on the PlayStation, I will be streaming Stray, the kitty cat game. That surprisingly dark for, you know, playing as a cat. Tomorrow, we're going to be playing, we're going to be continuing the A7 showcase, starting with the Super Planes, the XO2S Strike Wyvern, the ADF-11F Raven, the ADF-01 Falcon, the ADF-X-01 Morgan. Then we go on to the original aircraft series, the ASF-X Shinden II, the XFA-27 Firebird, and last but not least, my baby, the CFA-44 Nosferatu. Friday is my 5-year Twitchiversary, and for that, I'm dragging Sly into a collab when we're going to play as much of a co-op campaign and joint assault as Sly is willing to tolerate. hopefully we can at least make it to 747. Then Saturday in Cyberpunk 2077, which the mods are still not quite updated yet, so we're going to go modless again. But we're going to be completing the Beast and Me side quest chain, basically the death races. And depending upon time, we will start the I Fought the Law side quest chain, where we investigate some stuff for mayoral candidate Jefferson Perales. And it'll also introduce us to an ally in the NCPD, River Ward. Then Sunday in Mass Effect 3, we'll do some expanded galaxy stuff. Then we'll head to the Ardak Yakshi Monastery to answer the SOS there. And depending upon time and stuff, we might be able to start the Rannoch arc. And finally meet our beloved Talizor of Us Normandy. Monday in Final Fantasy X-2. Let's see here. We're going to head through Bavel. Then we're going to go to Gagazet and the Zanarkand Ruins. And then Monday, we're going to continue Ace Combat 4 on the emulator. And we're going to start a normal campaign, normal level campaign, with the explicit purpose of hunting down every single named Ace. So we can get deliveries for those. And then next week, Wednesday, in Horizon Zero Dawn, we're going to complete our vengeance against the cultists in the Ring of Metal, and then we're going to head to our first cauldron, so we can unlock some machine overrides. All right, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun, and I will see you guys in about an hour with Stray. Take care, everybody.